Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to what is becoming a regular show here on a weekly basis. This is the Cow Showdown, as the capper of the week and myself compete to see who will be king of all cappers. By the way, I am Scott Steen. I'm the lead handicapper at winnersandwhiners.com, and I am joined this week, as I was last week. He is the first repeat winner of the capper of the week. You probably know his soccer picks, but he ain't too bad on the other sports as well. All the way from Indiana, an hour, and it's an hour late because me. So first of all, I'm going to thank him for waiting around. Thanks, CDub. I appreciate it.
Hey, it happens.
I was getting confused Eastern and Central time. So
Yep.
first thing you said you're an hour late. I'm like,
You can blame this part of Indiana for being on Eastern for some weird
I
reason.
yeah, don't even get me started on the whole Indiana carve out thing. That's one of the weirder parts.
Oh, don't get me started being from the northern part of Indiana where we changed our clocks all the time. I moved down here to go to college. They don't change their clocks. They
Right.
decided they needed to be like everybody else. Now they changed their clocks. And everybody else is on Eastern, but we'll be on, or
Yeah.
Central, but we'll be on Easterns. Makes
Very
no
bi-
sense.
Very, very bizarre. Anyway, it's good to have you here. You and I both had good weeks last time. The object of this game is to pick an underdog. We usually do it from the football ranks. You can take whatever you want, but we've been kind of conditioned here for football season. And you and I both took winners last week, but you were the champion because your winner paid more. What did you have last week?
I had the Jaguars. I think they were like plus 168 or something like
Yep,
that. And
that's
yours
exactly.
was plus 144. So I
Yep.
scraped you by a point or two
What
on the point spread.
Who did I have? I don't remember who I had. Who I
You had
had?
the Chargers,
That's right. I had the Chargers as they
which I did like, but
beat up on Miami. Yeah.
mhm.
Charger defense showed up. That was nice to see. So we'll see.
Well, probably didn't hurt with Tua.
We'll see how Tua does in the cold.
Yeah.
They got the what did his shirt say? I want it colder or make it colder or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, but I think that game, boy, if there's ever a time to bet the Bills at a touchdown, this is the week, in my opinion.
I think so too. You know, I was reading that they've turned down the temperature in the practice facility in Miami. Like,
Oh,
how cold could it be? What do you got it down to 62? Oh, that's gonna simulate that night air in Buffalo with the snow flying and the wind blowing and it's 20 degrees. Yeah, it feels just like that indoor place in Miami at 55. Perfect.
yeah. And I don't even think it's just the weather, no. I think it's just the way everything lines up that I think Buffalo might actually turn out that game.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Those look to be like two teams going in opposite directions, but we should
Correct.
see. So you and I talked about we're both going to play NFL games this week. We looked at the bowl schedule, and nothing really too exciting. So you want to go get involved on Rice. You want to get involved with Rice over UTEP? No, it's not UTEP. Right. Oh, Southern Miss. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what else did we had? Well, now Washington State's tempting.
It is, but I can't remember the rationale behind that. Why I looked at that one, and then when I looked at it, I was like, no, is it Oregon State they're playing?
Fresno State.
Fresno State, that's what it was. Yeah, I don't know.
Huge line move there too. Opened up Washington State 2.5. It's now 4 for Fresno, or at least it was the last time I checked. Hell, it could be more than that now.
Yeah, they're just plus the bad thing is with people opting out or last minute not playing, it's kind of hard. I kind of wanted to wait until closer to game time to actually put my bets in. And if I lose a point or two, I lose a point or two.
Yeah, you have to do it that way. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now as the big games approach,
yes,
I think those are going to be more well known in the transfer portal. And there's a couple sites that do a pretty good job with transfer portal or opt outs for the draft or whatever. But it's still not 100%. And it's definitely take it from somebody that just did 12 videos yesterday on the first 12 bowl games. Some of them are frustrating because you're kind of flying 3/4 blind or half blind because you just don't know. And there's some injuries too that obviously are relevant that you don't know the status of, especially when you do it a week out or whatever. So
yeah, kind of like betting NBA.
Oh man, don't even get me started on that.
That's ridiculous.
That has become a frustrating endeavor over the last 4 seasons, something like that. It's worse. Just what is it? It's not personal management, or what the hell do they call it? when they're just load management. Yeah.
The problem is it's December.
Right, dude. You've been playing for 6 weeks now. What are we doing?
Right.
Oh man. They're soft. They're soft, CDub.
It's something.
Fly.
Yeah. Like I knew the Clippers, like I knew Kawhi was going to sit today. I mean,
right.
Even though they didn't have to tell me he was out, you knew it. But
no, yeah, you look at those schedules. Oh, he played 2 games in a row. Well, he's sitting out.
Yep.
So, all right, well, let's get to it. The way this works, as we mentioned, CDub gets to go first. He'll take his favorite dog pick, or at least the one that he thinks has the most value, that has a possibility of hitting, and then I will make my pick. If we somehow pick the same game, then I have to go through and find a new one on the fly. And I was so sure CDub was going to take mine. I actually have a second one ready to go. Before the show, he has assured me that in no way in hell do I know what he's playing, and I'm completely wrong when I've made my guess. So I'm anxious to find out. I'm going to find out. Everybody else is going to find out. CDub, what you got, buddy?
Okay. Why do I feel like you thought I was going to play the Steelers? But
that's it.
Okay.
That's exactly what I thought you were going to play.
You know what? I would have if Johnson and Pickett weren't both questionable, because Pickett plays, I'm taking it. Mitch plays, I don't want to go nowhere near my man Mitch.
I know.
That's the problem. Now, Sunday, that might be my dog, but I'm going to take a team who's 81 points worse than the sports books have projected this year. They're playing a team 10-1 against the spread. They're 1-9-1 against the spread. I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they are plus 166.
Hey.
You see that one coming?
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, on my projections, I have them covering the spread just about 60% of the time and 50-50 on the money line. And for me, with the 3.5, and think about it, all the things and stats and the way Brady's been playing, I know they're at home, but they're only 3.5 point dogs. That line should, I think, be closer to about 6. And just on that premise alone, and it being Brady at home, is why this is one of them gut feeling plays that I shouldn't be taking going straight off of statistics and numbers.
All right, fair enough. And you're getting a good price there at you're getting 3.5 at plus 165. I think that's fair value for a 3.5 point spread. Now, when I looked at this game, I looked at it completely from the other side and not really taking Brady into account. I just looked at how well this Bengals team had been playing.
They're excellent. And this is what I consider a letdown spot for them.
It could be. It absolutely could be. They're heading on the road after some big wins. I don't hate it. All right, very good. Well, I can tell you that if you and I both win, you're again going to be king of all cappers, because as you surmised, I've got the Steelers at plus 131 as they go up against the Carolina Panthers. And you kind of touched on a couple of reasons why you might want to stay away from this game. The Steelers have an uncertain quarterback situation as far as who's going to be. Is it going to be Mitch? Is it going to be the young gunslinger? Who is it going to be? And perhaps more important, what do you think is more important? You think the quarterback situation? You think Pickett more important, of the receiver situation?
Like I said, I don't want to bet the Steelers ever with Mitch. You could give me 10 points and I wouldn't take them. So it's just that simple. But then also it's not just Johnson. It's Frymuth is questionable too.
Right.
So arguably their two main targets.
I think I said Pickett and I meant Johnson. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah. So to me, if those guys, them three are playing, me personally, I will have a play on the Steelers, guaranteed. But until I know their status, especially with Pickett being in protocol, you won't know probably till Saturday, if he's going to play. And for me, I just can't on a Thursday say, hey, that's my best bet as a dog.
Yeah, Johnson and Freiermuth, neither one of them practiced on Thursday. So
now if they all play, I like your pick better than mine.
Yeah, and it's got to be a little bit of gamble. Now, it says Pickett was limited. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that means can you do anything if you're still in protocol?
I think he could do non-contact.
So he can be limited and still be in protocol.
Yep. So he could be limited making throws and stuff, and that's it.
Right.
But that would be limited.
Yeah, and there is a little bit of gamble in this pick, and I got to be honest with you. Usually, I go through and I'll find 2 or 3, 4 dogs that I'm really interested in getting involved with. I just really didn't find that this week. I could have gone back to the well this time and faded the Chargers with the Titans, because the Chargers traditionally haven't been able to stop the run this season, although they did a defense stepped up last week. But I just hate that Titans pass defense so much.
I think the Falcons are an intriguing play this week too, with Ritter starting, because look at a person like Purdy doing, or Mike White coming in for Wilson. I kind of like them a little bit. I was kind of leaning towards them, but I just didn't pull the trigger on there, because the Saints, if there's ever a Jekyll and Hyde team of what's going to come out this year, you don't know what you're going to get with them.
Well, and the Falcons are kind of that way to a lesser extent. They started off with that incredible streak where they covered 6 straight, 7 straight, something like that. And then they just absolutely went down the tubes, except when I play against them, and then they step up. So the Falcons have had my number all season long, so I stayed away from that. That's a nice price at plus 175. Could have done that for sure. And the other one, my backup play, and it's actually, the line has just moved here in the last 36 hours or so, was the Lions, who are now a dog that opened at Pick'em, and you could get them at plus 105. So
yeah,
that's just the hope CDub loses pick right there.
Yeah, but to me, taking Goff on the road is danger. At home, he's money. That's one of the, taking his completions, his yardage, his TDs over at home has been golden for me this year. On the road, you don't take it. And that's why, me personally, I couldn't see myself taking the Lions, and the point spread is telling you about it, that other people feel the same way.
Well, here's what's impressed me about the Lions is the fact that they've stepped up on defense over the last half of the season, because
they straight overs at first.
Oh yeah, they were at one point they were the worst scoring defense and the best scoring offense. So they gave up 32.1 in the first 7. They've given up 20.3 in the last 6. So that's not counting last week's performance. Or no, they played 13. Sorry, yeah, you're right. So that's why I was going to hang my hat on that defense and hoping that Goff wouldn't screw us too bad. That he wouldn't work against us. He might not be fantastic, but I was hoping the defense would do enough. So we'll see. Going to be some weather this weekend on the East Coast too. We'll see how all that works out. At the very least, it's going to be cold. So we'll see how the precipitation goes, especially on Saturday night in Buffalo. I'm excited about a Saturday night snow game. Love them.
Yeah, I had somebody that I knew said that they didn't like these Saturday games. Well, with not having that Saturday big college football slate, I'm kind of liking it.
Oh yeah. This is these 3 weeks are great, where you get the triple header on Saturday. You got a chance for a little weather on Saturday night, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think the first one of those I remember watching was the Tuck game. That was a Saturday night game with the with the Raiders in New England. So, all right, buddy. I know you got work to do, and I gotta go make the magic, man. I gotta make those videos and see if I can come up with a better pick than McCaffrey over 35.5 yards. Unbelievable. Still an unbelievable beat. 32 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
-2 for the next 3 quarters. Congratulations.
Yeah. I just knew that one was going to be good, because
I know you hit a bunch of props in this game, man. So nicely done there. You got your you got your over
on Mason.
Mason. Did he have 2 carries? Or no, I guess they fed him a little bit on the last drive.
It was 4 for 65 or whatever, I believe.
Yeah, and whatever it was, 55 of them came
off that last run. I love it, but I'll take it.
Absolutely. Well done, my friend. You have done the show proud, and I know you're going to be in there pitching. If you watch my videos, you don't tail some of CDub's picks, you're missing out. You really are. There's some of these guys that have been around with me for a while, and if you pay attention, you know who the quality handicappers are, and we got one of them right here. Happy to have him on the show. How you doing this week? I don't even remember. How you doing? You doing all right?
Oh, I fell into the I'll play these parlays since why not? So I'm 0 today. I'll be 0-3. So that puts me like what, -300. But it is what it is. And if I was playing straight bets, I'd be doing great. But I kind of fell in that lane. Let's give it a whirl. But you never know. There's a few more days left, and you hit one.
The big parlay week hasn't had much of an impact, except to cost people some of their bankroll. So
Yes.
we haven't seen that monster parlay hit yet, but it's coming. I guarantee it's coming. So hey, thanks a lot, man. I know you got to get out of here. I
Oh, it's all
appreciate your
good.
time.
I'll have some probably have some Netherlands soccer up tomorrow.
Oh, Division Two.
Yes.
Excellent. I
Yeah.
live for it. I live for Netherlands Soccer Division Two.
Yeah,
Oh,
so you can say Jong.
hey,
That's all you like.
who do you playing the Icelandic soccer back in the day when I was announcing every bet?
Oh yeah.
And some of the names, it was I had a blast. I hope people had as much fun listening to me butcher those names because I would specifically not do them. Because usually if I have a name or a team or something, I'm going to listen to YouTube. I'm going to hear the pronunciation. I'm going to try to as best I can to get it right.
Yeah.
But on those, I just do a cold read. I'd see them on the sheet. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is fucking coming. So,
That's hilarious.
who do you like in the World Cup? I got a soccer guy here. I have to ask you, what's the odds and who do you like? What do you be playing?
Well, I didn't quite look at the odds, to be honest, because it's Sunday, but I will be going with France.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you would guess, what are you going to guess? Minus 165, 175, something like that?
I don't see why it would be. It should be close. I'm looking right now. I'm cheating, but it should be close to even, I would imagine, with them two
Close to even?
teams.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking right now, and France, France is plus 177, and Argentina is plus 168.
Okay. So I was pretty close. Or no, you said, wait a minute.
No, I said plus.
You said plus on both sides? Wait.
Yeah. So that means they expect it to go to extra time. They expect the game to be a draw. Yeah, I'm looking right at it. It's plus 168, plus 177, and the draw is plus 205, which I would imagine, or usually with them two high pluses, you would think that'd be a little lower, but it's not.
So you're telling me I can arbitrage the World Cup, and if either team wins in regulation, I'm guaranteed a profit?
Yes, but if it goes to 90 minutes, like a bunch of these games have been past the 90 minutes, then you lose both.
Stop it, Mr. Downer. I don't want to hear about that.
Yeah. What you do is you play it to advance or to win the cup.
Yeah, but then I'm not getting plus money on both sides.
No, you're not. But yeah, it looks like France at Pick'em is minus 105 and Argentina's minus 114. So Argentina's slight favorites in this game, but I'm going to go with France and their firepower. But we'll see how it goes. It'll probably be some goals because I don't see either team being able to keep either team out for the whole 90 minutes.
So you're thinking draw maybe the play there at plus 209?
I'm personally will be taking France and the Pick'em.
Okay.
Yeah, because that way, because you know what, you never know, because it could be. And here's the other thing that throws me off a little bit about saying it's going to be a draw, which I would probably expect the way the teams play. You got to remember that golden boot we were talking about last week. They're both tied for 5, and Giroud is right behind them at 4. And the other guy I think that's at 3 or 4 is an Argentinian guy as well. So the top 4 people that have the most goals are in this game. So they're going to have a little bit extra to play for, not wanting it to go to penalties because you don't. And I think Messi right now is leading by assists. So you're going to have, I think, players pushing a little bit more for that extra goal than they would because of winning that golden boot, because Messi would be the oldest if he won. So that's something that I think Mbappe might be the youngest if he won. So there's all these things behind it or reasons why as a player they would want to win.
Does that pay like a shit ton of money, or is it just the prestige?
That I can't say for sure. It's the prestige, but I'm sure there's a trophy. I don't know. I've never really looked into what the reward is for it.
Like the old days at the All-Star game where they used to give you like the use of a Cadillac for a year.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you in the NFL what the Super Bowl MVP, does he get anything? I have no clue. I don't look into them little things. I'm sure they get something.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So.
But it's the glory in European soccer and world soccer. It's that glory you want.
Very good. And I know that's going to be a what time is that? That game is going to be what time? 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Yep. There you go. So that'll dovetail pretty nicely right into the NFL.
It sure will.
You get
It will be perfect because you always figure it's going to be about 2 hours. Games
right.
are about 2 hours.
That's a nice thing too, by the way. That's why they call it the beautiful game. 2 hours, it's over.
Yep.
That sounds like a great quad header on Sunday. You get soccer, and then you get American football for 3 in a row. Sounds like a day.
Now, I know the Bucks game is late. The Steelers game is at 1, isn't it?
I believe it's an early game. Yes.
Yep. So we just get to see all these things happen, how everything happens back to back to back.
A beautiful thing. Well, buddy, maybe we won't see you next week, but hopefully the week after that you'll be back on top.
Hopefully. We'll see.
Right, have a great night. Happy holidays. Thanks again for doing this, CDub. I really appreciate it. And thanks for watching, everybody. Good luck on all your plays. Don't forget, of course, to like and subscribe. Yada, yada, yada. I'm Scott Steen. Winners and whiners. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.